I decided to become an educator to enable students to do the best they can and to build an environment that enables and cherishes diverse inputs. My philosophy of teaching rejects education with the goal of social reproduction in favor of social transformation. Social reproduction refers to an educational style that enforces assigned roles onto students and doesn't take into account their diverse needs. Social transformation instead recognizes these differences and aims to open as many pathways as possible for each student. I understand that as an educator, I have the power and responsibility to challenge mythical norms that perpetuate social injustice and reflect on my ethical and political beliefs and on the cause and effect of my own bias continuously. I understand that schools are a lead communicator of social norms, which means I will have to be critical of the types of voices I choose to value in my classroom. The mythical norms of our society in Australia would generally refer to a white male student who comes from a higher socio-economic background, and societal standards of what is acceptable are crafted with this mythical norm in mind. I recognize that these norms exclude the learning opportunities of students who do not conform to these standards, and that this creates different experiences that play into how each individual student may be able to learn and the cultural and economic capital they may have at their disposal. I will commit to recognizing these distinct experiences and will cherish the input of those students. In line with the Alice Springs Declaration, I will commit to working with my community, my peers, students, and their parents, with the goal of developing stronger relationships, strengthening childhood education, and achieving the educational goals of my students. I understand that my own learning journey is never over, and that I can always improve as an educator. Seeking feedback from students and supervisors will be a cornerstone of my educational practice, especially regarding strategies to increase inclusion and combat bigotry. According to Nell Noddings, Ames Talk refers to when a teacher discusses their desired educational outcomes before teaching, and is a strategy I will use when considering my future classroom. Nell Noddings states that the goal of education is to demonstrate care and to recognize the students as whole people. As I develop my teaching philosophy, I will consider how my future classroom will be inclusive of everyone, how every student will feel comfortable, and what stories I will tell. Through this process, I am engaging in Ames Talk and ensuring that I will always consider care above all else. When discussing issues of inequality and the intersectional struggles of diverse groups, I will take care to avoid problematic or negative forms of inclusion, such as stereotyping and tokenism. Stereotyping can result from a lack of input from individuals of the specific group being stereotyped, and refers to creating a simplistic representation of that entire group. Stereotypes push societal expectations that can impact minority groups and enforce cyclical oppression. I will ensure to know my students and how they learn, ensuring to maintain and create safe learning environments, as per the AITSL, to help prevent these forms of negative inclusion being present in my classroom. Furthermore, I will embrace my own story and diversity when teaching, instilling my classroom with my interests and perspectives. I have demonstrated this philosophy by donating my old guitars to the outside school hours care I am employed at, with the goal of enabling these students to enrich their learning experience. Bell Hooks refers to the classroom as a place that is life-sustaining and mind-expanding. With this in mind, I will ensure to create a stable learning environment to enable the social, physical, and cognitive development of my students. I will approach education with a holistic model of learning and will understand that I will grow alongside my students. I will value diversity, I will create a classroom accessible for all students, and I will strive to enrich my students' education with culture and art in conjunction with the curriculum.